noticed you've got about 50 bloody magic trees on there. Oh, that's a big lake down there. Yeah. That is, we're going that way, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, there we are. You're right, Jack, the water's green.
Is it?
That's our lake there, that one. It's got the island on. Yeah, it's that one. Well, afternoon. We're finally here. Vallee Lakes at Blangy Brazil or something along them lines. It's in the Normandy area, northern France. Left at 3 o'clock this morning. Arrived here about 11:30. Yeah, we had a sort of hour and a half ferry trip over from Dover to Calais. Very nice drive, really. To be fair, got the train here. Reminds me a bit like Old Mill Lakes. Yeah, the train track is literally just behind me, but there we go. Can't have it all, can we? But yeah, I'm in Peg 3. Weather's bang on. It looks like it might have a little bit of rain, to be fair. But, it was really sunny a little while ago. And yeah, we sort of just unloaded. I'll just show you my swim. Not fully set up, the rods aren't out yet, and I haven't had to sort of play about, but I'll just sort of show you. So there's Peg 4. That's my dad's friend Mick. You get your unhooking mat and waist sling provided. Got a massive peg. Yeah, there's a lodge for Peg 1 and 2, but no one's in there at the moment. I don't think anyone's in there till Friday, which is quite nice for me because I've got that whole corner, although I won't be using that, to be fair. But yeah, don't know if you can see the bottom at the moment. You could when the sun was out earlier, but yeah, sort of, I don't know, 2 or 3 foot deep there on the edge. Yeah, so the margins normally fish okay, so the bailiff was saying. Been a few fish to margins. Yeah, I've got a lot of water out in front of me. There's an island over there, but that's in front of my dad's swim, Peg 5, and in front of Mick as well, so obviously I won't be going casting out to there. But yeah, it's proper place, well nice. Yeah, arrived here. The owner came up and sort of greeted us. Gave us a cup of coffee and a bit of cake. Yeah, had a nice chat with him, to be fair. He was a nice bloke. Bailiff came over as well and had a chat with him. And I don't know if it's the owner's wife or the bailiff's wife, but yeah, she was very chatty with Jack, and yeah, they were very forthcoming, which is nice. Yeah, so we're welcome well and truly. So yeah, they sort of told us what's been going on, told us about what's here and what we should and shouldn't be doing, really. But yeah, spot on. So I'm gonna have a few sips of a beer and get the rods out. I think I'm gonna have a bit of a bang around and sort of see. But yeah, there's been 20 fish out since Friday, which they reckon for this time of year is a bit of a record, because they said there's never normally this kind of fish, this amount of fish that come out. But so normally get sort of 10, 12 maybe, but 20 is very good going. But a lot of them are above £40 as well, which is nice. So yeah, it bodes well for us. Yeah, I reckon it's probably because of the really, really cold weather we've had, and all of a sudden they're really hungry. So hopefully we've timed it right, and then we'll be on them. But, we shall see. It won't be if I want to try, because I think I've got it for near to cope with the best. So let's have a crack. So yeah, hopefully I'll be set up, and then I'll show you what's cracking on then. See you in a bit. Well, it's about 4:45 in the evening. Got tea coming in about 40 minutes or so. Sun keeps going in every so often, so when the sun's out it's lovely, but when it goes in it does get a little bit chilly sort of thing. So yeah, the rods are out. Had a bit of palaver with getting my first rod out, because found a spot only about sort of 45 yards out. Loaded up the bait boat with sort of chopped and whole KO ones. Put it out, and the bait boat only decided it wanted to go 35 yards. Kept doing circles and whatever else, so I waded out into the water, still wouldn't do anything, so I had to bring it back and spom out for that one, which was a bit of a pain in the arse. So I think I'll be using the old man's bait boat tomorrow to try and do that one. But the two near rods in the margins, I'll say margins, probably rod length and a half out off, I would say, off each. I've got my left one on an 18mm tuna creel pop up, over some chopped and holes, sort of 14s, 12s and 18s. And my right hand one I've got on a KO1 pink pop up, a washed out pink, over chopped and whole KO1s. So yeah, got a little bit of sweet corn over each as well. But yeah, it's, the bait boat's put a little bit of a dampener on me, to be fair, because I was massively confident when I came here, and I thought, yeah, the swim's good, everything was sort of going right, and then yeah, as soon as I started to put them out, sort of, I have to say I'm not a technology person. I don't really like, I'm not a massive fan of bait boats anyway, to be honest, but yeah, one of my mates happily lent it to me, and so I'm very grateful. But yeah, it's not done me a good job so far, but hopefully tomorrow, maybe it's, I don't think it's a battery, because they were charged up full, but we shall see. But yeah, I'll give it an old crack tomorrow. But I'll leave these out until just before dark, I think, and then I may redo them for the night. Yeah, and leave it again till the morning, or sort of lunchtime-ish tomorrow. Yeah, I think my dad's gone for a nap. He's done all the driving, so I imagine he's tired. I've not been able to sleep either yet, so I'm flagging a bit. But I'll wait for tea and probably have an early night tonight. Jack's doing his normal, sort of doing his rounds. But yeah, all in all, it's pretty good so far. So yeah, just hopefully we can bag a banger, and then yeah, have a good session. I mean, I'll be happy with one, but if I can get into a few of them, that'd be even better. And yeah, we shall see, won't we? So yeah, speak to you soon. Well, it's Tuesday morning, about 10 o'clock, just had breakfast. Get an English breakfast, but it's inside a big baguette, about a third of the size of a French stick. It's huge. I was very welcome this morning. I've actually bought extra snacks, but I don't think I'll be having them, because the tea and the breakfast is so big, which is good. But yeah, no fish for the three of us. I did have a bit of a occurrence on middle rod about 8:30 last night, when I was sat out having a beer. Yeah, sort of middle rod sort of bleeped a little bit and sort of bent forwards, so I sort of stood up a bit, and then it sort of sprung back a bit, and then and 2 or 3 more bleeps, and I was about to hit it, but I thought I'd just hang on, just see if it starts taking any line, and it just didn't. So that was about the only occurrence I had. I had 2 pickups in the night, got me out of my bivvy, but turned out to be swans on my near side 2 margin rods, both of them. So that was a bit annoying. So yeah, so I've had to move both of them this morning. One of them was on a spot that actually I'd already done myself, but then Bailey said you should stick it on there, and I said I have. But the swans keep having it, so I just
I can't leave it there because it's just, they're wiping me out the whole time. So I've moved that out to mid-water now. I found a bar that goes across the lake about 65 yards out. So I've got that on there on an 18mm tuna quill pop-up with a load of sweet cord and chops and falls. The middle one is still in the same spot. I've refreshed the bait and put a little bit out there and what have you, and yeah, it's still about 45 yards out. I'll keep on to that spot, I think, because they did seem to come in there at some point last night. And my right hand rod I've had to move as well from my near margin, and I've moved that out to like an aerator that's out there, which I know they like to go around in the summer months according to the forums, but I thought, well, that's a feature of the lake kind of, so I thought I'd stick them on there. But there's a bit of fizzing about 2 or 3 rod lengths out last night, a bit to the right, and I was watching that last night, and yesterday in the day a coot was feeding off of there, and so there's obviously someone's fed that spot over the last week or so, and as I'm sort of talking to you now, I noticed a fish come in there a little while ago, and there's a flat spot there now. So the fish must be feeding on it still, and so that could be a spot I may well jump on in a little while. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sort of loath to change my spots really, because I put a bit of bait on each. I don't really want to keep moving around on different spots. I'll end up chasing them and I'll end up not getting anything. So we shall see. It's still early days, and we've still got till Friday, so best part of a week to go. So confidence is still there. So just hope this rain stops, because it was lashing down earlier, and sort of a bit of a lull on it now, which is I'm on the video now. But yeah, it'd be nice if it stops, because you can't. I just hate sat in bivvy the whole time. It bores me to death. So yeah, so I'd rather sit outside and sort of at least be able to watch the water. So yeah, we'll see, and hopefully I can update in a bit with a fish. See you in a bit.
How big is the boat?
51.4. 51.4. That is crazy.
Oh my god.
There you go, love.
Sorry, mate.
Well, good morning. It's the Thursday morning, 29th of March. We're into our 4th day now. And yeah, it's a bit of a happier one. Sun's out, which you can see, well, which you're blinded by now. We haven't actually seen the sun since Monday. Monday was lovely, shorts weather for a little while, and then it sort of turned by sort of 7 o'clock at night. And since then till about now, it's been cold, raining, heavy wind, more raining, and yeah, it's been hard going. But yeah, yesterday evening, about 7:20, got my first fish. Fishing about 135 yards to a snag. Obviously bait boated out, I can't cast that far. Yeah, me and my dad went down another peg for well, about 7 hours it turned out in the end. I had to pick up about 2:30, real slow pick up. It sort of bleeped up once and my bobbin come up, and I think, to be honest, I got a bit excited, and I hit into it a bit too early, and yeah, hit into nothing and ended up reeling it back. So I was a little bit savage for a little while, but yeah, so I knew what to do on the next bite. We were only going to be staying there till about 7:30, 8 o'clock anyway, just before dark, so we get the rods back out here onto good spots. And yeah, about 5 minutes before we were about to reel in, and I had a sort of a little pull up. I sort of held back a bit, it sort of steadily pulled up again and sort of stayed there for a few seconds. I thought, I'm hitting it, so I hit into it, and yeah, it was on. I actually thought it was going to be a bit bigger, to be fair, but yeah, banked it in, gave a real good fight. It was sort of going for the snags near end and what have you, and yeah, 34 £2 common, immaculate common. On the other faithful KO1 as always. kept confidence with it, because I know full well it does me good all year round, and it has done since it's come out. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. But I think the weather just hasn't helped us this week at all. It's been really cold in the night, and it just hasn't warmed up at all in the day. Real low level mist, and I just think it's stopped play with the fish. The bailiff had a good night there the other night, having 5 fish, but I think because the wind was hacking down there, I think he just picked them off, and he knew what he was doing basically, obviously being the bailiff on there. So yeah, we sort of jumped in on his peg for, like I say, 7 hours, and yeah, we got one out. I think if we'd have stayed there a bit longer, I think my dad would have had one as well, but we've got the chance to go on there again today. But I don't know, I'm feeling confident with my peg. I can see a few things moving around out there, sort of not far from my spots or over my spots, so yeah, we'll see. I put bottom baits on last night on 2 of them, and kept one with a pop-up. Just see if it does anything different. So I'm hoping the bottom baits have stayed on, because I did sort of whip them out fairly quickly last night. They weren't clipped up or nothing, so I sort of cast them out to the spots I baited up, more or less. So yeah, we'll see. I had a bit of a bleep in the night on the right hand rod, my near one, but come to nothing. That was about 1 o'clock, but yeah, just like I say, the sun's out. It's a little bit warmer this morning, so it's lovely. It's supposed to start raining about 2 o'clock this afternoon, till about 8 o'clock tonight. But at least we've got a few hours in the dry, and we can sort of sit out and enjoy the last sort of day here, because it's a fantastic place. It's really, really nice, and I wish we'd have sort of picked a better month really, because we could have enjoyed it a lot more. Because it is hard when you're sort of sat in your bivvy, or you're caked in mud or rain or whatever, and it makes it more bearable then if you're sort of out in the sun. But yeah, very happy this morning. So fingers crossed we can get into a bigger one. I've seen the lad across the way from me on peg 9. He's had one this morning. Jack's over there at the moment, sort of seeing how big it is, but I heard him give it a yes this morning, so I imagine it was a good one. But yeah, hopefully we'll hear what it is in a bit, and I'll sort of let you know in another video. But yeah, confident today. The weather's been some blazing out, so I'm hoping it'll warm up the water a little bit, so we could be on them again today. But if not, I've had one, so I'll be going home happy regardless. Just hope my dad gets one as well, because I'll make the trip more or less perfect then. So yeah, so fingers crossed, and I'll get back to you in a little while. Cheers. It's 11:10. Just had a breakfast, well, about an hour and a half ago. Another English breakfast. Well, I say English breakfast, it's English breakfast in a big baguette. Well, a huge French stick. It's massive, so I'd normally eat half and save the rest for lunchtime, because it is that big. The food package is unreal, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. The tea at night time is all home cooked, and it's very, very filling. Most nights I've struggled to eat it all, but I have pushed it in, to be fair. Jack struggled to eat all his. Normally get a beer or a Coke or something with it, and I always wash it down lovely. As you know, I don't drink alcohol. But yeah, still sat out in the sun, which is lovely. I just bait boated out a couple of kilo over my left rod, over a tuna krill pop-up. Sorry, bottom bait actually, top with a bit of corn. My middle one's still out with a 18mm K1 pop-up. I haven't put any more bait over that, because I did put a fair bit out yesterday morning, so I'm sort of holding back on that. I will stick a bit out, sort of tea timing. Yeah, my right hand rod's on a tuna krill bottom bait as well, top with a bit of corn, and I've put a half a kilo of sweet corn and some tuna krill baits over the top of it. That's not too far out actually, so I can handball it out, but it's just sticking out the corn and stuff is not so easy, so I thought, well, I'll bait boat it out and a bit more accurate. So yeah, so it's lovely. Yeah, Those are much more enjoyable when you've had a fish on the bank. So yeah, I'm enjoying it today. Although I'm confident in the bait I always use anyway, but sort of wanes a little bit when you sort of spent a fair bit of money to come and not a lot's happening. But I know the weather sort of put a lot of that out, so I know it won't nothing to do with the bait, because I know full well that I can catch most places I've been on it, so it's never to do with that. And I know Lisa puts a huge amount of hard work, and so does Wayne, making the bait what it is, so always 100% confident in that. So yeah, it's just sitting and waiting really. The sun's out, so hopefully it's going to warm up the water a little bit, and could be on them, because we are due a little bit of rain, sort of 3 o'clock-ish now, so only for a few hours, so hopefully getting a few bits of cloud in the sky now, so hopefully the bit of warmer weather will warm it up, and then we could be into a fish. I know Dad said he had a couple of liners and a couple of runs in the night, but he seems to think they were swans because they come to nothing. He's finding it hard, but he's worked hard like I have, to be fair. He's been fishing constantly. His mate Mick brings his rods in late at night. He's not a nighttime fisherman, so he's fishing in the day when it's warmish. Don't like the cold too much. But yeah, he's if he has one in the day, he'll do very well, because yeah, he's not been fishing like we have been. But yeah, we've worked really hard for him. So yeah, I know Dad's got it in his mind. He's going to go down the far end swim again later on today. I may well follow him as well if nothing happens in the day. Put a bit of bait out here and then go down for a few hours. Hope to nick one down there maybe. Yeah, I'm fairly confident I might get one on here, to be fair, because yeah, it's looking good this side. Yeah, I should show you. The swans are down here at the moment, feeding on the dregs that I knock out off the bait boat at the end. A bag full of beers, empty ones. But yeah, it's lovely out here. So there's our trailer there. I've left it up here so we can pack up fairly quickly in the morning. We've got to be off by 9 o'clock, so it'll be early morning. I think our ferry's at 12, so the lads over the far side, I think if you can see the Dutch lads, they've been here since Friday. I think they've had about 7 or 8 fish between the 3 of them. So it's not bad going, but they're using GPS on their bait boats, so they can get bang on the spots every time, even if they're catching the night. So whereas we've not got GPS on there, so we're sort of clipping up and putting them out that way. But yeah, they've had a good week. Lads over there, they've had a 39.10 common this morning, fishing at about 70 yards towards the island. They lost a catfish on the second day as well, and the fellow across there, he's had a 52-pound catfish as well, but no carp. So yeah, far corners where the toilets and showers, the bait shop. If everyone else needs bait, obviously we don't use it here because obviously we're with WM. But yeah, they sell everything sticky baits in there, and their own baits that they make, and particles and what have you. Yeah, there's freezers there as well if you want to freeze your baits. Yeah, and I don't know if you can see from here, but the lodge is just 2 swims down. 2-tiered lodge, satellite TV, dining room table, kitchen, settee, obviously, 4 beds, caters for 4 anglers. The lodge is normally for peg 1 and 2, so if you've not got the lodge you can't have peg 1 and 2, so we were fairly lucky to fish in that for a few hours yesterday. So thanks to the bailiff for that, because it did help us get the fish. But I think we would have had one up here, but it had been fishing hard, and I think the bailiff knew that, which is why he said, look, you can jump in the swim that he'd been fishing, just to see if we can get one. So yeah, thanks to him. So yeah, so hopefully we can have another fish in the next few hours, and then top the week off brilliantly. So yeah, we'll speak to you in a bit. There he is. He's gone from the bottom corner and here to here so far. He's done about 3/4 away. He's got his boat stuck in the snags on the island. He's ready for a sleep later. Rather than me, like that. What you don't go in after when you pick it up? That'd be heavy.